Hello people, welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name is Tarun Shetty, and this is my bedroom. I really gotta pick up the energy in this video, because I watched the last one and I was like, oh my god, this is what happens when I don't drink coffee, and I've been off coffee for like 3-4 days. I kind of get placid and it's kind of boring, so I'm really gonna pick up the energy for this video. Hope everyone is doing great. I seriously have no idea what day it is. I don't even know. It could be Thursday, it could be Friday. All I know, it's like day 4 or 5 of LA lockdown. Truthfully, I'm actually enjoying myself. I've been going hiking every day. I do pull-ups and like push-ups, and it's funny because I feel like we're so conditioned to have our routine down, and when that's broken, like I used to think, dude, I need to go to jiu-jitsu every day. I need to go get a coffee every day. I don't need any of this shit. This is the stuff that I've just planted in my own life. So, anyways, I thought I see a lot of people just freaking out, and I don't make this about what's going on in the world, because you can watch that on any other news channel. And I'm sure you're getting texts and emails from your friends and family like I am. But I can talk about rebounding, because I see a lot of people just with abysmal, despair, like the world's coming to an end, and as they should be scared, because a lot of people are losing a lot of money, jobs, who knows what's going to happen. And it's a point of, I guess, transition for a lot of people, a lot of shifting. Probably, I don't know if it's good or not, but sometimes I think, for me personally, it's made me like really focus, where I'm not diffused doing 100 different things, like stand-up comedy. Like, there's no auditions. Like, I can just write all day, and I can talk to my phone in my bedroom, which is pretty much what I always do. So anyways, I thought I would just talk about the points where I was like really low, and like and I've been super low, and I've rebounded, and I wasn't dealing with the pandemic, but I don't think the world knows how broke I was for like 2 years. Like, I was literally, like, I didn't work a print. Like, I used to work a print job, and I make my money, most of my money, from print commercials. And I used to do a print job every month, like in my late 20s, every month, and it's good money. I didn't work a job for 2 years once, just no work. Like, I was so broke. I remember going to there's like all these restaurants on Hollywood Boulevard, like these just ghetto restaurants, and I walked into like a Buffalo Wild Wings for like an application. And this is like when I'm like in my mid-30s. I'm like, it was so embarrassing for me. And looking back, it was good, because it broke me pretty well, and it also just pushed me to another point of I think just consciousness, where I'm like, okay, you know what, it is what it is, and I'll get through this, which I did. And who knows, maybe those days might return again. You never know. So when I see everything happening around me now, just this mass confusion, I think, you know what, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna go day to day. So there's gonna be some collateral damage, obviously, and we have to just kind of just go with the flow of it. But a couple things I did this is about rebounding. A couple things I did when I was super low was, dude, I just was really careful what I put in my head. Like, I stopped hanging out with my friends who I felt were negative, especially people who were just, I got a lot of negative friends, and now they're acquaintances. In fact, I just stopped calling people in general. Anybody who didn't call me, I did not call them at all. So I just nullified all the negative energy in my life. That was one. And I started really controlling what I put in my head too. So like, I would just read nonstop like self-improvement books, and I've watched, I'm not even joking when I say this, I've watched hundreds of Eckhart Tolle videos. I've probably seen most of them on YouTube. Like, I didn't know anything about him, and I went through this splurge. I guess that's a good word to say, because I watched everything. I read all his books, and then I went from him to like Muji, this other spiritual guy, to Wayne Dyer, to Ram Dass. The list goes on. But I was so focused on controlling my mind because I feel like, and I don't like talking about spirituality. In fact, I hate talking about it because the one thing I've noticed with people who are spiritual or they think they're spiritual is it's like their own form of ego where they were like, oh my God, I'm spiritual. Let's talk about it. You don't need to like talk about it for 12 hours. If you understand basic concepts, you can just apply it and that's it. But I'll talk about it here if it helps. So I was really careful about what I put in my mind, and I just started taking these different concepts and applying it to my own life. And a lot of that is just allowing things to be as it is and slowing things down and not listening to that chatter in your head. And this has been repackaged, I can't tell you so many times on the internet by 1,000 people, not just by spiritual leaders, by just people on the internet. But if it helps, so be it. I don't know who your advisor is or who you look up to, but whatever helps. If you're trying to rebound, go for it. There is nothing off limits when you're trying to put yourself back together. I also remember I met this guy. He was the husband of one of my best friends at the time. I think they're still married. And he was an executive coach for like these high level executives, right? So they paid him a fortune too. And he met me for coffee, and he was like, "Tarun, let's go meet for coffee. Let's talk." And I told him like I was like really struggling and blah blah blah. And he said, "Dude, just do what makes you happy. Like, forget everything else. Like, I understand, you gotta make money, but just try to do something every day that makes you happy." And I really try to live by that now. Like even like when I do acting stuff or write, like I haven't really written any scripts. I'm writing like a pilot script right now for like Hollywood stuff, but I haven't written a script in years. And the reason why was because I was writing my books, because I was like, let me just write my books, because I actually am happy when I'm writing my books versus in blogs versus trying to write a format and fit it into somebody else's voice. It's just a whole thing, and you have to wait for someone else to give you notes. It's a process. So I tried to focus on that. I tried doing more stand-up. I tried performing more. I was opening for my friends on the road. And I also realized that I don't have to have a lot of friends. Like there's this thing where I've heard this many times. Oh, hang out with friends. And da-da-da. For me, I don't like hanging out with friends. I don't like hanging out and getting drunk at bars, and saying no to things that didn't make me happy was really powerful. So that was another thing. I just kind of X'd out like things I didn't want to do, because for a while I was like, I've got to please everybody around me and be that guy who just kind of gave energy. And that's consuming. It can really drain me anyways. So these were all little things that I did, and slowly and steadily I picked myself back up. I mean, I work pretty consistently. I'm doing fairly decent, and tomorrow's a new adventure. Let me just end on this. I really feel like we're all on our own set path. In fact, there's actually a note on my corkboard back there that I got from a writer when I was coming up, and he said, never take anyone's advice, meaning that everyone's on their own unique journey. And I really believe that. So everything that I did is different than what's going to happen for you. And, especially if you're trying to rebound and pick yourself back up. Like there's different things that we're all going through, and there's different solutions. And I think that's what makes all of our life special. So on that cheesy note, have a great week. See you guys soon. Take care.